synthetic division slash substitution. We're going to focus in on synthetic division right now. And synthetic division is just alternative to long division. Okay? So, kind of like long division, you want to have every single power represented. Power of 4, power of 3. There's no power of 3, so we're going to have to put a 0 for the power of 3, power of 2, power of 1, and the constant at the very end. So we need to represent every single power. And the way to do synthetic substitution instead of, or synthetic division instead of long division is we start out by putting a kind of like a half box like that, or a reverse L. And we're going to focus in on the divisor, which is x plus 1. And we need to think about it this way. If it were equal to 0, what would x equal? If you were to solve this, x plus 1 equals 0. It would be negative 1. So if I had an equal to 0 here, and this is just me in my mind, all right? If I had an equal to 0 there, my answer would be negative 1. So I put negative 1 inside that box. So let me erase this over here. So anyways, negative 1 goes inside the box. Now what we're going to do right next to that box is write down the coefficients of every single term, starting with the power of 4, going all the way down even to the constant. All right? So we're going to put the coefficients. So again, the coefficient of the degree 4, the power of 4, is 4. So I'm going to write that down. And then the next one is what? 0, because we don't have the power of 3, so we're going to put a 0 right there. And then the next one is 2, and the next one is negative 3, and the next one is negative 9. Now, we're also going to put this line down here. I know this looks kind of weird. This is the very first time you see it. And the trick is to take your 4 and simply just bring it down. And you're going to write it down here, 4. Okay? And then what we do is take the 1 times 4, the negative 1 times 4, and what's our answer? Negative 4. But we're going to take that negative 4 and write it right here below the 0. And then we're going to go 0 plus negative 4, and we're going to get negative 4. And then, to not make it so confusing, I'm not going to write all over the place, but I'm going to take this negative 1 and multiply it by negative 4. What's negative 1 times negative 4? Positive 4. So I'm going to write my positive 4 up here, right below the 2. Just goes up there, right? Once again, negative 1 times negative 4 is positive 4. And what do we do as we come down? We add 2 plus 4 is 6. So here's the trick, guys. This guy is going to be multiplying this guy, and you write your answer up here. And then you combine this guy with this guy, and it gives you this guy. Then you multiply this times this gives me this. And then you go this plus this gives me this. And then you go this times this gives me what? Negative 6. And then when I combine the negative 3 with the negative 6, what do I get? Negative 9. And then when I multiply negative 1 times negative 9, what do I get? I get 9. And when I combine the negative 9 with the positive 9, I get 0. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's put some type of stick right there, because that's the separation. This right here, guys, is the remainder that we will have, if we have a remainder. But in this case, we do not have a remainder. So we're done with the problem. You're probably thinking, well, what the heck is that? It's just a bunch of numbers with arrows. Well, bottom line is, this right here are the coefficients of our answers. However, you need to take in mind that you originally divided an x to the 4th by an x, which would make it an x to the 3rd. What am I trying to say here? The answer will be this first coefficient with an x to the 3rd. So you have 4 x to the 3rd minus 4 x squared plus, because this one's a positive 6, plus 6x minus the coefficient 9, and there is no remainder. If you did have a remainder, you'd write it as a fraction over the original divisor, which happens to be x plus 1. But there is no remainder, it's 0. So that's it, we're done. This is our answer. Now, I don't know about you guys, but that's a heck of a lot easier, quicker, cleaner than long division. Don't you think? So if you were to go back and do the same exact problem with long division, put this one inside of the box, put this one outside of the box, and start thinking x times what gives me the 4x to the 4th. Guess what? Your first answer is going to be 4x to the 3rd. So this is the same exact answer as doing long division. It's just faster. Now you're probably thinking, then why didn't you teach us this in the first place? Because it could get a lot more complicated. But anyways, I'm just going to leave this video at that.